Welcome back for the second portion of Akshara's music recital. Again, just a reminder of the housekeeping rules: no beverages or food allowed in the room, and then please silence your cell phones. Before we get started with the classical portion of our concert, a little bit about my sister Aksha, the performer. Aside from her music endeavors, she has many other passions and goals for her future. Akshara will be attending Cal Poly San Luis Obispo this fall. With plans to major in ethics, law, and social justice. Currently, Aksha is interning for District 5 Councilwoman Marnie Von Wilpert and hopes to pursue a career in law in the future.
We have a special guest today, Samir Patel, named Musical America's April 2023 New Artist of the Month and recognized for his profound artistry. Samir Patel is one of America's most exciting conductors. He was recently appointed the music director and orchestra conductor of the La Jolla Symphony and Chorus, and is also the artistic director of the San Diego Youth Symphony. Formerly, he served as associate conductor of the Sun Valley Music Festival and associate conductor of the San Diego Symphony. He was Aksha's conductor at San Diego Youth Symphony, and his dedication to fostering the next generation of musicians clearly comes through in his classes. I would like to invite Samir on stage to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. I wasn't really intending to say anything, but it's hard to say no to an Indian auntie, especially when they give you tea and samosas and all that stuff. So it's a pleasure to be with all of you here. It's a joy for me to see Aksha perform today, and it's I walked in as the Carnatic portion was already going on, and I was sitting there just with a huge smile on my face because very honestly, I grew up studying and playing Western classical music. I have no understanding but all the admiration in the world for music from India, whether it's Hindustani music or Carnatic instrument, but I know nothing about it. I love it, but I know nothing. And so it fills me with a lot of joy and immense pride to know that you as parents have instilled this tradition and this incredible music, as well as Western classical music, in her upbringing. So I commend you both, and also to her teachers and her gurus for championing Akshara and ensuring that she has, that she has access and understanding of these musical styles. Akshara has always heard me say that for me, a lot of my work with young musicians is based on the fact that I know that they won't go and, become a music major like I was or anything like that, or that they'll go chase a career in classical music. But my joy and my hope is always that they find a way to keep music and what they've learned from music, whether it's learning of striving for excellence, reaching for excellence, growing through the discipline of practice, that they keep all these lessons very central to their life. And when I was back there beaming, it was because there was a lot of joy emanating from you in the way that you were performing. But for me, as I say this also as a parent of two young ones, I know for many of us it gives us a lot of joy to see a young person with courage and bravery on stage, to be themselves, to share what they know, to be vulnerable, and to share all their love of the music with the audience. And we see that, we feel that today. And I'm so proud of you. I know that you're going to do amazing things in the world, and I look forward to hearing about those things in the future. all the best to you. And of course, I don't know what to do with this microphone. Oh.
Aksha has been learning violin from Miss Wendy Loeb since kindergarten. Wendy has played the violin since she was 8 years old and knew soon after that it would always be a part of her life. She was a scholarship student at the Peabody Institute of Johns Hopkins University, where she received her BM and MM in violin performance. She studied violin with Burl Sinofsky and Charles Leibov at chamber music with Karen Tuttle, Stephen Cates, and Leon Fleischer. Since graduating, she has pursued a combination of teaching and performing. Before returning to San Diego, her birthplace, she lived in Richmond, Virginia, where she taught and played with the Richmond Symphony for many years. Since her return to San Diego, she has continued to teach and perform at venues such as the Rancho Bernardo, Encinitas, and La Jolla Libraries, among others. Aksha is one of her first students in San Diego. Miss Wendy lives in Scripps Ranch with her husband, Ron, and has a studio there as well. Aksha will be accompanied by Yoonhee Huh on piano. Yoonhee is a pianist, accompanist, and graduated from Chongshin University of South Korea with a Bachelor of Arts in Piano Performance. After moving to the U.S., she continued piano lessons with Dr. Jane Mitski-Kohler. She has accompanied musicians for concerts, competitions, church services, and studio recitals. Please enjoy the classical violin portion of the concert. That was Sonata Number 3 in F major by George Frederick Handel. This piece has 4 movements and was written in 1732. from Winter from the Four Seasons by Antonio Vivaldi. This piece represents the season of winter and the journey one takes through the somber yet hopeful season. Next, I'll be playing the Concerto for Two Violins by Johann Sebastian Bach in 3 movements. This piece highlights the Baroque era of music and is a duet that I'll be playing with my violin teacher of 13 years, Miss Wendy Loeb. piece in today's concert is Nivun by Ernest Bloch. This is from the Jewish folk tune of Baal Shem and resembles a melancholy, deep, and rich voice.
today's concert is Mozart Concerto Number 5. I would like to thank you all for coming, and I had an amazing time performing for you all today.
everyone. I won't take too long. I just want to thank some important people. Before I do that, I want to do some reminiscing. Music wasn't a big part of our lives growing up. I filled my days with books, and Ram was immersed in sports. Our kids brought music into our life. One of my fondest memories of Akshara is from our elementary school concert. As she sat down, she would scan the So as she sat down, she would scan the audience looking for us. And when she saw us, her face would, brighten in a smile. And then when she was looking for us, we would be waving. And she would typically spot us, even in crowded venues. And I think she spots her dad. He's not easy to miss. And that happens even now. I mean, even in her last concert in high school, she looks in the audience for us. I'm going to miss that now that she's going off to college. I was tempted to wave at her a few times today as well. When we decided to enroll Akshara in violin lessons, Ram and I knew nothing about music, especially Western music. So we were looking for a teacher who would be able to teach her the fundamentals and help her grow. And by a divine coincidence, Miss Wendy had just moved to San Diego from Virginia. When Akshara and I met her nearly 13 years ago, something clicked. I knew we had found the perfect teacher. And over the years, that belief has only strengthened. Wendy has helped Akshara grow both as a musician and as a person. And if you talk to Akshara about the violin, our passion shines through. And that's thanks to countless hours spent in Wendy's studio. In the early days, when I stayed with Akshara during her class, Wendy's cats would wander in and jump on my lap, and Wendy and I would bond over politics. Wendy, I miss our chats, since she's been driving, and I hope we find ways to stay connected. I would like to invite you to come on stage and say a few words.
When I first met Akshara, she was this tiny little girl. You never know it now. And she went through the motions, and she was dutiful because her parents told her to take violin lessons. And then she blossomed. She blossomed to someone who loved music and a lovely young lady. And she put up with my screaming and my cats. And what she's become is what teaching is all about, to see these wonderful children grow into young adults that I'm so proud to send off into the world and see them grow more. And to know that she'll always have that passion in her life for music is what, to me, it's teaching, is what makes me enjoy my music. Just to watch all these children grow up. And I could not be more proud of her.
last couple of weeks has been a difficult time for Miss Wendy, and even then she's made time for Akshara. So Wendy, thank you very much. You know, we've been very fortunate with our teachers. When we were searching for a Carnatic music teacher, a friend recommended a young teacher who had just moved to San Diego. And when I spoke with Subbu Iyer, you know, I saw his youth as a big plus. He connected easily with Akshara and nurtured her interest in vocal music. And despite juggling, you know, full-time job, volunteering at Indian Fine Art concerts, serving on board of the non-profits, most importantly, being a father of 3 young kids, I think all under the age of 8. You know, Subbu has always made time for Akshara. And not only Subbu, thanks goes to his family too, Nitya. You know, she supports Subbu. You know, most of my conversations in terms of what to do for this event, you know, I've been having with Nitya. So big thanks to her as well. And I want to thank both Subbu and Nitya for their dedication, especially over the past few months. You know, Akshara's growth as a singer would not be possible without your efforts. So Subbu, please, I would like to invite you on stage.
I'm not very good at this. You're not good at something, you know, you write it down. So, well, congratulations to Akshara, and good evening, everyone. I hope the sound was fine. So I'll start with, you know, my pronouns to my parents, all my music teachers and elders and all the musicians present here. As we come to the end of this beautiful recital, I want to share a few thoughts, right? So on the Carnatic vocal side, by the way, I was really blown away by the Western, you know, presentation. I think it was very, very wonderful. Yeah, so thank you so much. What I want to do is a quick summary of what Akshara performed today in the Carnatic vocal side, right? There were 4 different thalams, 5 different languages, 8 different composers, and 15 different ragams. Ranging from Kedar and Dhanashri, which she ended, and not to mention the multiple emotions she invoked through the laya, melody, and the meaning of the songs, also through the Western part, right? So I think let's give another big round of applause for Akshara. It is right. I think Akshara may be one of the very first students I took over. You know, again, it was not like I always looked forward to learning. I think I heard Samir say, you know, he took up that as a career. Certainly, this was not something. I was like, okay, let's just do this, but you know, that's great. I think Akshara, all those hours of practice, especially in the last 6 months or so, I think really paid off, so hats off to that. I know you're going to higher education in ethics and law and all that fancy stuff. Hopefully you're not becoming a lawyer like in Suits, right? But I think one thing I'd like to say is, you know, you should always enjoy your journey. And I specifically say your journey, right? Everyone is unique. And no one can actually take that from you. So what that means is, you know, life, like music, you have to do a lot of practicing, you know, there'll be a lot of learning, you may fail, you may make mistakes, that's all part of it, right? Only then you become what you become. So, you know, I hope you keep nurturing this liking, you know, for Carnatic music, music in general, fine arts, you know, overall, and, you know, be part of this. So, well, finally, to mark this milestone, I think this is totally Nitya's idea, as you can see. I'm not creative on that side. I'm thrilled to present you with this gold-plated flower. It symbolizes a journey of growth and accomplishment in music, from a seedling to a beautiful bloom. That was written by Nitya. I can't write that. So congratulations once again to Akshara and family. Thank you.
you, Subbu, and I get to thank all the people. I know food is here, and I'm going to keep it short before I give the stage to Akshara. So we want to invite Naveen to the stage, and please accept our gift.
Naveen spent several practice sessions with Akshara, so thank you very much, Naveen.
Thank you, Naveen. I would like to invite Shubha.
Shubha traveled from the Bay Area to be here with us last week and this week, so thank you very much for that.
All right, and last but not least, Ms. Yoonhee. Thank you so much. I know you just came back from Korea, and thank you for taking the time. All right, I'm going to take a few minutes to thank family and friends. So I would like to start off with thanking my parents, Varuna Tata and Sita Pati. Unfortunately, they could not be here, and they send their blessings. Next, I want to thank Prasanna's parents, Kannan Tata and Indira Pati, who have been the greatest supporters for Akshara, especially over the last 8 weeks. Also, Akshara, please thank Indira Pati for banning ice cream and cold drinks for the last 4 weeks. I think it came out really well. Thank you to my brother and Ravi Peripa and my sister-in-law Padmini Perima. I want to thank my sister, Radha, who flew in from Seattle and somehow got through the crowd strike and just reached here. So thank you so much for taking the time. Radha Atai, missed that. And also to my brother-in-law, Shrikant Attimer, who could not be here today. Next, I want to thank Prasanna's brother, Sriram Mama, one of Akshara's favorite. And Nirupama, my sister-in-law, Nirupama Mami, thank you so much. You have been very supportive of Akshara from a very young age. We appreciate it very much. All right, next I want to thank Akshara's cousins, Ashwat and Kavya, who also flew in from Seattle. It means a lot. Pranav, and finally Anisha and little Andy. Thank you so much for your support. And of course, we cannot thank enough of Ananya for being such a great sister and a great role model. All right, it takes a village to put things together like this, so we have been very fortunate to have great friends who have helped us over the last few weeks. I'm going to read out some names, and if I do miss them, apologies. So I want to start off with Sita Janakiraman, Radhika Chari, Krishna Meduri, Kalpana Sharma, Shishma Nagarajan, Shobha Nagarajan, Riya Shah, Smita Jayaram, Naveen Vishwanath, and Aditya. Where is Aditya? Thank you so much for your help on the audio. Also want to thank Sanjit and Renu Menezes. Thank you for all your help. Murali Chari and Priya and Sarati Gopal. Also want to extend our thanks to Devina Acharya and Shiva, and Uma and Sumanaya. Thank you so much for that. Big kudos and thank you to Roy Creative Design for video and photography. We appreciate it very much. And of course, Subbu for the audio. Thank you so much for the technology and the rest of it. And I want to thank the Seaside Spiritual Center, especially this facilities person who's been amazing since this afternoon. All right.
Hello, everyone. My name is Akshara, and as you all probably know, but performing my Part-2 in Violin Arrangetrum has truly been one of the best gifts I've ever gotten, because I got to share my passion for art and music with all of you. And seeing the support I have here means the world to me, and I can't imagine this recital without each and every one of you. You make today so special, and you help me become one with my music and express myself through violin and music. There are a couple people I have to thank, because without them, this recital would not have been possible. First goes to my Amma, who was coordinating and planning this entire event, and also is my biggest supporter. You always help me and make sure I stay calm and anxiety-free, and knowing I have you by my side as my biggest role model in life, you inspired me to play and sing the best I could today. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to thank my Appa for always putting a smile on my face. Today when I was singing, I knew anytime I was feeling scared, I could just look over and I see the biggest smile from ear to ear on his face. I want to thank him for passing on your love for music to me, whether it means Carnatic music, Bollywood music, or even 80s rock, and teaching me to appreciate and curate my skills to the best of my abilities. I would also like to thank my Akka for being a night shift nurse, which means she's reachable at questionable times of the night when I'm not feeling okay. Your help today meant the world to me, and thank you for being the oil to my machine. I would also like to thank my Tata and Pati, because I thought practicing at home was going to be scary and nerve-wracking, but instead, every single time I sang, and every single time I played a piece, I was met with the biggest round of applause ever, and I love you guys so much. I would like to thank Miss Wendy for being one of the biggest and longest mentors of my life. You have not only taught me violin, but passion for music. Going to your class every week quickly became my escape from the real world, and your class in violin became the best constant in my life. Thank you to Subbu for your patience and your persistence while teaching me. You not only taught me music, but culture and tradition. I want to thank both of you for creating a safe space and allowing me to find my music, find my voice through music. I would like to thank all my past music teachers in my life, including Revati Auntie, Mr. Patel, who was here earlier, Mr. Palacios, and Mr. Shed, for allowing me to encounter new paths on my music journey. I want to thank Miss Yoonhee on piano, Shobha on violin, and Naveen on mridangam, for being the best harmony to my melody and creating the best balance. You guys are such talented musicians, and it was an honor to play with you guys today. I want to thank my best friend Brooke for dealing with me for the past few months as I prepared for this recital, during the late hours of the night, taking me out during the day, and making sure that I wasn't overwhelming myself. Working a 9-to-5 interning job and then coming home to practice for 2 to 3 hours was not fun, but your support means the universe to me, and I'm so lucky to have you here today. To all the aunties and uncles who helped set up today, Without your support, none of this would have ever run smoothly at all. And you are the best community that could have ever raised me. So thank you. To all my family who flew and drove in from far away, I want to thank you so much because your support means the world to me, and I'm so grateful to have the best family supporting me every step of the way. And last but not least, I want to thank all the family and all the friends who came out to support me today. I definitely felt the love tonight, and I'm so lucky to have a community like you. Thank you for never failing to support me and attending today. It was truly a pleasure to sing and play for you. Thank you so much.